Death of J.J. Clavo. Police worked with multiple state and local agencies looking into a pair of rival street gangs from Del Paso Heights and Strawberry Manor. And today they announced that they have arrested 20 gang members from the Strawberry Manor neighborhood.
He's talking about the permanent gang injunction, a 3-square-mile area known as the safety zone, stretching from the Broderick to Bright neighborhood. Young gang members would get picked up for curfew, weapons, drugs, and graffiti violations.
Sacramento has long been a hotspot for gang activity, with multiple street gangs operating in the region, including the Oak Park Bloods, Strawberry Manor Gangster Bloods, and Broderick Boys. These gangs have been involved in a range of violent crimes, including deletions, drug trafficking, robbery, and firearm-related offenses. Over the years, agencies have launched major crackdowns on these gangs, resulting in numerous arrests, indictments, and the seizure of weapons and narcotics. Some of the most notable enforcement actions include Operation Challenger, which targeted the Strawberry Manor Gangster Bloods, and a multi-agency operation against the Oak Park Bloods, which led to the arrest of several high-ranking members.
Man, we out here on Oak Park Bloods, you know, we outside. Free out here with the real MVP TV Blood.
Nigga Sosa. You wanna come outside, but crazy.
He ain't playing, man. He ain't even tell to pull up, man.
GP from the P. We know where he's from. He represents the Heights, but he really from Oak Park. Don't ever be like though. On anything.
Sunny B. The Oak Park Bloods, also known as the 456 Oak Park Neighborhood Bloods, were founded in 1980 by Nigel Collins, a member of the 456 Island Piru Bloods. Primarily an African-American street gang, the Oak Park Bloods are based in the Oak Park neighborhood of Sacramento, California. Their origins trace back to the early 1980s, when individuals from Los Angeles migrated to Northern California during the drug epidemic. This migration played a key role in the gang's formation, making them one of the oldest blood sets in South Sacramento. The Oak Park Bloods consist of multiple subsets, including the 4th Avenue Bloods, FAB, 33rd Street, and 12th Avenue Bloods. Among them, the 4th Avenue Bloods, also known as FAB, are the largest and original subset, originating from 4th Avenue Park in Oak Park. Members commonly identify with the numeric code 612, which corresponds to the letters FAB. California Attorney General Rob Bonta has announced the results of a multi-agency investigation into the Oak Park Bloods, a Sacramento-based criminal street gang linked to multiple violent crimes, including. The gang has been identified by the Sacramento Police Department as a significant threat to the community. During the operation, law enforcement executed 19 search warrants and 15 arrest warrants, leading to the arrest of 16 individuals. Authorities also seized 24 firearms, including 6 assault weapons and 4 ghost guns, along with equipment used to manufacture ghost guns. Over the course of the investigation, law enforcement prevented multiple violent crimes, obtained crucial deletion evidence, arrested 26 individuals, and confiscated more than 125 firearms, most of which were assault weapons. In addition to cracking down on firearms, federal drug agents have been investigating the Oak Park Bloods' involvement in drug trafficking.
People Saturday morning strolling through Midtown Sacramento, a sight seemingly very average. This while pieces of police crime scene tape still flutter across the sidewalk on 20th and O Street, not at all typical for this very well-traveled area of the city. Seen here, homicide investigators lingering at a scene in which lasted over 9 hours overnight. According to Sacramento police, just after 1 in the morning, 2 men were shot here, one transported to the hospital by responders of his injuries, and the other arrived at the hospital on his own, and according to police, is in stable condition. Investigators processing the scene, speaking to witnesses, and collecting evidence. This while a car with a busted rear passenger window was towed from the parking lot where investigators gathered. Many questions still remaining.
One of the primary targets was Sacramento rapper Delvonta Fields, also known as Ozzie Snubs, who was shot and met his demise last year. Federal authorities had deployed a confidential informant who conducted multiple drug transactions with Fields before his death, providing crucial evidence of the gang's drug-related activities. A federal grand jury has issued a 15-count indictment against 7 Sacramento residents for drug trafficking and firearms offenses. Additionally, a separate indictment charged another individual with illegal firearm possession. The investigation, which began in November 2023, targeted 2 high-ranking members of the Oak Park Bloods. Authorities allege that the high-ranking members were involved in the trafficking drugs, as well as the illegal sale of firearms, including privately manufactured guns and a machine gun conversion device. During the investigation, law enforcement conducted multiple drug and firearm transactions at Sacramento stash houses. On January 28, 2025, officers executed a search warrant at one of these locations, where they discovered a member in possession of a firearm. Due to his prior felony convictions, Collins is prohibited from owning firearms or ammunition.
We mobbing, man. We busting, man. It's nothing, man. It's all D money, man. It's all D money, man.
The Strawberry Manor Gangster Bloods, also known as Manor Mob or the Manors, are a North Sacramento blood gang named after the Strawberry Manor neighborhood they originate from. They are recognizable by their green colors. Located in North Sacramento, California, the Strawberry Manor area, also referred to as Fairbanks, has a historical background tied to African American small farmers and farm workers. The Strawberry Manor Gangster Bloods emerged as an independent blood set in the mid-1990s, after initially being a subset of the Del Paso Heights Bloods. Their formation was influenced by the expanding Bloods movement in Sacramento, and they have strong connections to other blood-affiliated neighborhoods throughout the region.
The fallout from the tragic 2015 of Grant High football star J.J. Clavo continues. Close to a year and a half after he was gunned down, the investigation into his death leads to a huge gang crackdown in Sacramento. Police worked with multiple state and local agencies looking into a pair of rival street gangs from Del Paso Heights and Strawberry Manor. And today they announced that they have arrested 20 gang members from the Strawberry Manor neighborhood. Charges include attempted human trafficking, robbery, narcotics, and firearms. And they believe this could lead to more arrests.
This mother wears her only son's initials on her neck, a daily reminder to keep living for JJ.
Until my last breath, I'll live for him and I'll speak his name.
Nicole Clavo sat in a court hearing Tuesday, blindsided to learn her son's has finished his 4-year sentence 6 months early. On November 13th, 2015, 17-year-old JJ Clavo and friends just left Popeyes to fuel up for their football game at Grant High School. While at an intersection in the Strawberry Manor neighborhood, Kimonte Lindsay walked up and started shooting into the car Clavo and injuring a teammate. Prosecutors called it a gang-motivated, unprovoked, and premeditated ambush. And the Sacramento County District Attorney's Office fought to have Lindsay tried as an adult, but changes made to a state law during Lindsay's court proceedings kept him in juvenile court.
A Sacramento Police Department investigation into the Strawberry Manor Gangster Bloods has led to the arrest of 20 suspected gang members involved in crimes such as attempted deletion, human trafficking, robbery, narcotics, and firearms offenses. The operation, named Operation Challenger, was launched in November 2015 following increased violence between the Strawberry Manor Gangster Bloods and the neighboring Del Paso Heights Bloods. A key factor in the probe was the high-profile demise of 17-year-old Yolon J.J. Clavo, a Grant High School football player, who was shot in the neck while riding in a car on November 13, 2015. police had previously arrested 16-year-old Kimonte Lindsay, charging him with deletion, shooting into an occupied vehicle, and a gang enhancement. Authorities later stated that Lindsay was affiliated with or acted on behalf of the Strawberry Manor Bloods. As part of Operation Challenger, police executed 20 search warrants and seized 11 firearms believed to have been used in crimes. Police estimate that the Strawberry Manor Gangster Bloods have up to 100 members. 3 members of the Strawberry Manor Gangster Bloods were sentenced on Friday for the attempted deletion of a Del Paso Heights Bloods member, according to the Sacramento County District Attorney's Office. They were convicted of premeditated attempted in August for their role in the October 2016 shooting of a rival gang member in Del Paso Heights. The group drove into the neighborhood and shot the victim as he exited his car. The man was struck once but survived. Stray bullets also hit a parked car and a nearby school that was in session. During the investigation, law enforcement intercepted a phone call to GI, which led to the seizure of one of the firearms used in the shooting. The second gun was found after officers executed a search warrant at Ackerson's residence. All suspects were arrested by early 2017.
The court-ordered enforcement against West Sacramento's Broderick Boys has officially ended.
That really broke everything up because it cracked down on everything, you know. Everybody started going to jail.
Darwin Massey did hard time for his involvement within the gang.
I wasted so many years of my life.
Joining a life of crime so young.
I'd say 13, 14.
The infamous gang expanding across generations began terrorizing the community.
In fact, these guys are going around shooting at grandma's house.
West is talking about the permanent gang injunction, a 3-square-mile area known as the safety zone, stretching from the Broderick to Bright neighborhood. Young gang members would get picked up for curfew, weapons, drugs, and graffiti violations.
The injunction.
Indicted by a grand jury and charged with multiple crimes, including attempted. 4 alleged gang members made their first court appearance today. The charges stem from an attack on an Amtrak engineer back in April in West Sacramento. 5 suspects are being charged. 3 of them are teenagers and are being tried as adults.
They're being charged as adults, but these defendants who are facing 12 years in prison both look and act their age. So you believe the defendants were trying to kill this engineer?
Yes.
These 3 boys are teenagers. We can show you their faces because they're being charged as adults. Who is your son?
My son is Austin Nunez.
He's 17. This defendant, Orlando Ramos, is only 15. The 3 juveniles, along with 2 adults, are charged with attempted.
The Broderick Boys are a street gang based in the Broderick area of West Sacramento, California. The gang emerged in the 1970s and has been linked to drug trafficking, assaults, and deletions. Over the years, law enforcement agencies have taken steps to curb their influence, including the use of gang injunctions to restrict their movements and activities. One of the most notable incidents involving the Broderick Boys occurred on April 16, 2007, when Amtrak engineer Jacob Keating stopped his train near the I Street Bridge in West Sacramento to remove a trespasser from the tracks. As he exited the train, Keating and the conductor were ambushed by a group throwing rocks and bottles. Keating sustained serious injuries in the attack, and 4 Broderick Boys members were later convicted for their involvement. In response to ongoing gang-related violence, the Yolo County District Attorney's Office implemented a gang injunction in 2005, restricting the activities of suspected gang members within a designated safety zone in West Sacramento. However, the injunction faced legal challenges, with critics arguing it violated civil liberties. Despite this, the injunction remained in effect for over a decade before expiring in 2018. The Oak Park Bloods, Strawberry Manor Gangster Bloods, and Broderick Boys continue to pose a significant public safety threat in Sacramento, despite ongoing law enforcement operations aimed at dismantling their influence. These gangs have been involved in violent crimes, drug trafficking, and illegal firearm sales, leading to numerous arrests, convictions, and large-scale investigations. While law enforcement has made major strides in disrupting these criminal organizations, seizing firearms, preventing violent crimes, and securing indictments, the cycle of gang violence persists. Community leaders, law enforcement, and policymakers emphasize the need for not only strict enforcement, but also preventative measures, such as youth intervention programs, educational initiatives, and rehabilitation efforts. As authorities continue their fight against organized crime in Sacramento, the challenge remains to balance enforcement with community-based solutions to prevent future generations from being drawn into gang life. The battle against gang violence is ongoing, but through collaboration between law enforcement and community organizations, there is hope for a safer future in Sacramento.